Yeah, so don't worry, this will be a fairly quick presentation, as not really of a true presentation. But yes, as has been mentioned, there's a group of us who are kind of working on a resource that can be applied. I think particularly with folks who are like policymakers in mind and others, like about how basically people can use African speculative fiction as a tool for kind of creating more inclusive and community-oriented and forward-thinking policies regarding anything in STEM. So that's science, technology, engineering, mathematics. So anything around the development of technologies, how they might be applied or rolled out amongst different communities, all of that good stuff. And for those who are online, I've put a link to the resource, as it were. Um, for those who yeah, and I will be sharing my screen very shortly, so you can kind of just see what the current website looks like. At the moment, it is mostly a really great repository of some of the talks, some of the discussions that have some of the seminars that have already been hosted by the working group at Imperial University in London. So here you can kind of already see some of the yeah, some of the more critical engagements with themes that have arisen from works recently written works of African speculative fiction. Um, and there's a page where you can kind of see some sort of initial content. So that's short stories, chapters, things that are already being kind of used by students. And of course, most importantly, you know, if you do want to keep up with the work that the working group is doing, go to the news and events section, click on events. But yeah, for me, from what I will be presenting, is just kind of a sneak peek at what has been done with what we're calling the toolkit. So this will be specifically a section of the website wherein you can visit and kind of find sort of the works of speculative fiction that are most applicable to the work that you're doing. Again, for those who are online, I'm currently just putting in the link to the area that I'm about to share on my screen, as well as the password, because obviously it's not for everyone to see just yet. But yeah, so this is like I said, kind of like the new section of the website that's currently being made. And the idea is, so at this point, you're really just seeing, I suppose, what we might call the information architecture, the kind of generic idea of how everything might be laid out and what kind of content you can find. But for the toolkit, the main idea at the moment is that you could explore it by story setting. So where exactly a particular work of fiction in whatever medium, where exactly it is set. You might be able to, so again, none of this is finalized. This is still all very much for you as part of the community to give us like feedback about. You could be able to explore via, you know, the year that, say, a particular piece of work was published or any other additional themes. And then the idea is that, yeah, you could then explore. These are just some examples of things that potentially could be added. You could explore short stories, it could be films that people have added, it could be games or critique or like sort of, yeah, more critical perspectives on the works that might be really useful references. So yeah, so that is really the toolkit as it currently stands. Um, because I'm very aware that like, yeah, sort of I'm very much kind of online, as it were. This resource may well be shared after the resource I'm about to share may be shared after this workshop. But yeah, what I would super appreciate is you know, getting feedback from the wider community. For those folks who are online, I'm about to share a link to Google Forms, so do feel free again to share that through your networks. Um, you know, if anyone might be interested in giving feedback on the demo so far. And I've also put in a little bit of a flyer. So again, if anyone knows anyone who might be interested, or you might want to share it throughout your communities, your writing networks. Again, it's all great. At this stage, we really just want to hear as much feedback as possible from the wider community about what they think should be included on the toolkit, how it should work, what it shouldn't do. All of that is really, really helpful. But yeah, so for those who are online, the links are all in the chat. For those who are in person, um, you will no doubt get some of these resources as part of like kind of the wrap up, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much all from me. And I guess if anyone has any questions or if there's anything that anyone wants to add, that would be really great.